or aspirants before you become national president. In our time, the DSS cannot come to campus. It was a different time. So we fought very hard, and democracy came to Nigeria in 1999. Few weeks to the election, somebody told me that what Nigeria was having was not democracy. What I saw in the horizon, considering the quality of candidates, I knew we were coming to the period of what Americans call moronocracy. That is government of morons, by morons, and of morons. So I left Nigeria, relocated to the US, and I spent 20 years there. I'm using my personal story to tell the story of resilience, stories of failures at every level. Even we who let vibrant student union systems in place, we also failed you because there was no transfer of the culture of resistance to do the way we should be doing it. How many of us today come to campuses to address you, even when we are invited? I even hear that some activists ask you for money before you can bring them to campus. So we left the venue, and the venue we left has been taken over by speech makers, entertainers, and comedians. So instead of bringing Sowore to your campus, you prefer to be a comedian to make you laugh. But Nigeria's case is not a laughing matter, and there's no room anymore for comedy. Because why? Your generation, students, you are about to become extinct if you don't fight for your survival. There is no reason, and the things that happen in our time, that the authorities in this country will close down universities for 9 solid months. And the students will not do anything about it. In our time, we would have shut down Nigeria until Nigeria recognizes that education is a right. But look at 9 months. I heard that back in school, but your lecturers are teaching you the national anthem because they are not paying them their salaries. Last week, I was on NTA, being interviewed in a town hall meeting by Kadari Ahmed, and they asked me, do you not support government not paying ASU because there is a no work, no pay policy in Nigeria for people who didn't work? I said, well, if it is true that there is a no work, no pay policy in Nigeria, why are you paying President Buhari who doesn't work? Found out that the National Assembly last year sat only 16 times, and they earn a maximum wage. Their annual salary or monthly salary is 14 million naira per head. Yes, I'm not making it up. For senators and members of the House of Rep, the minimum wage of your lecturers highest is 600,000 naira per month. For the lecturer to earn 14 million naira, he has to work for at least 8 to 9 years. You can do the math yourself. But for a senator to earn 14 million naira, you just have to be showing up or not showing up at work. What about the workers who are earning 30,000 naira per month? They have to work for 38 years to earn the salary of the senator per month. Are you guys now understanding why I keep saying that there has to be a revolution in Nigeria? But the revolution will not be televised. It will happen so fast and so quick. And I'm standing in front of you today to say to you that you don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be ashamed. But don't also regret that during your time you did nothing to uplift your generation. Don't wait for the time you start regretting. The question we ask our parents today: what did you do for me when you were in the university? What did you do for your country when you were growing up? The thing I will praise your generation for. You're not doing enough for that, but you are doing something that is continual. You are raising yourselves, and most of you are raising your parents because of the poverty imposed on the people of this country by the ruling class. And when I say the ruling class, I'm talking about the small minority of people with opportunity and connection, politically, economically, and socially. And in their midst, there is no ethnicity. When it's time to steal in Nigeria, everybody, whether Yoruba, Hausa, Urobo, they are always part of the stealing mechanism. It is when they are cheated out of the system that you start hearing, oh, I'm being marginalized. And they will now be asking you to pray for them. Some of them still want to go and build churches. How can God listen to prayers that are, made for churches with whom process of crime were built? But that's also part of our problem, is that when we have a society like our own, and as a request of a person living in Nigeria is different from the ones living in the US. But yet, we are serving the same God. Because here, we are praying for your transformers, praying for air conditioning to work in your auditorium. In America, they are praying that it is too cold, that God should bring in warm. They are praying to pay their bills because there's light 24/7. They are praying that the water will have higher quality, or the air quality is good. I went to address some universities in the US. I went to their local spirit. Why are you guys not fighting? Where is there no protest? He said, Mr. Sowore, we don't have anybody to fight there. We just want our BC to change our bulb. The bulbs are consuming too much electricity. Mr. Sowore, please talk about climate change. I was like, climate change? You want to change the bulb? That's nobody can buy the bulbs. I said, no. Vice Chancellor must understand that the world is changing. I'm like, I'm coming from Nigeria. We don't even have electricity. I'm not changing the world because the bulbs are not work. And the place where the bulb does not work is right here in the southern senatorial district of Ondo State. Okitibupa and the environment like Yeso that will not have electricity for 10 years. 40 years. So, when I need to start contesting that they should change the bulb, is it when they turn 70? Because if they are not careful, some of you may never see electricity in the southern part of Ondo State if Sowore doesn't win the next presidential election. It's not a miracle. I'm here saying that the time for your generation is now. The time for us to take over power from the crazy boldness is now. The time to change course is now. We cannot continue like this. And when you get the right person in office, that happiness, that progress that you are looking for will happen to you. Otherwise, this education that you are getting here at Sambo, yes, because I was invited to talk about education at Sambo. But education is then you get the right education. The kind of education we are getting now is the education of the youth. Any education that is just priming you to run away after you graduate is not education. Any education you get in which your skills becomes inversely proportional to your future is not education. What do I mean? If and when you finish with your science tech degree, you end up doing Okada. You have not been educated. If after you get a master's degree from here, you have to be the best Bolt and Uber driver in Nigeria, that's not education. Because I don't think you need to come here to drive Uber and Bolt. But if your science and tech education enables you to build an app that brings prosperity and wealth to this country, you are gotten the right education. Yes. If one of you, after graduation from here, can produce an element or an app or a piece of engineering of Ondo State to electricity without resulting to the national grid, that is education. And I hope you will do it. Reason, and I will be wrapping up very soon and saying this is this. I studied primary school, I would say, on a slate. Secondary school, we go and fetch water in the place they call OLUSEGUN. You know, you go back, carry it on your head before you go to school. But I managed to study geography and planning. And when I told my uncle that I was admitted for geography and planning, he laughed at me. He said, Yele, who is going to buy math? He thought that geography was all about drawing maps. But when I finished, I had become a person who is more educated than the university. In fact, I came out of the University of Lagos, I was educating the vice chancellors and even my professors before. I studied geography. My education allowed me to transition from geography to journalism. And today, my education has allowed me to get to the point where I'm about to push out the old gaps. I don't know what course or study can help you go to prison and come out and become a presidential candidate. So that's real education. When you can maneuver your oppressors using their own tools, and that's the education I want you guys to go after. I could have stayed here just talking, but I just want to end on the note of the next election, 2023. I'll be honest with you that our oppressors are not planning an election. They are planning what they do with every election cycle, a selection. So that's what they did in 2019. They allocated to me at 3,000 votes. And then selected the man who is there now, who barely works. But we can make it a real election that all of us stepping out of our comfort zones and delivering a heavy punishment on the old establishment in this country. As I've always said, I have no problem with old people, but I have a problem with old ideas. I have a problem with this corrupt system. I have a problem with this oppressive system run by incompetent demons. I have met them at close range and at long range. And I can tell you that Nigeria has no leader or set of leaders. Nigeria is not being run as a banana republic by a bunch of morons. That is why we must restore Nigeria from moronocracy to democracy. install new applications into the Nigeria motherboard. That is where I stand. I want to thank all of you for coming, and I'm sorry that I disappointed you by not getting you fired up enough to stand up and start contesting after I leave here. Please, you can do that after I've left. Thank you very much.
Okay, please, sir. We want to entertain few questions from the students. Sir, please, if you know you have questions to ask, the ushers will move around now. I will not be able to entertain more than 2 questions, please. More than 2 questions.
Nigerian student. My name is Omoyele Sowore. I'm a student of FPC. So my question is concerning Nigeria 2023. Everybody is lying to us. What do you have to offer to us? Thank you, sir. Yes, thank you, sir. So I don't think so the government released and told us that this man is probably forming a drug ring, was in charge or part of the drug ring. So how did we get to this point where we are not someone like that and we're very sure is a government and still run for government? That's one question, sorry. Another question is, how should we bridge the gap from the education we have today to unemployment? We have a lot of graduates, and when, in as much as we want to just try and deceive ourselves, it's another campaign strategy. So how do we bridge that gap from the people that are coming out graduating from school, and how do we get them jobs? And the last question is, this might probably be the last time we'll see you today. So, and I'm not very sure that we have the opportunity to see you again like this. And when you get there, you might remember me. So I'm going to ask this question. Anything for the boys?
The
question is, everybody is campaigning, and I believe all candidates campaigning to her as the president of Nigeria are all liars. As the president of Nigeria, vote Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yes, I have a question.
Okay, just calm down, please. So I will answer the more stringent question about what has been opposed to drug use. And I know this question is very important because it has a very good book. It said, how did we get here? With a drug addict and a drug bearer. Let me say first and foremost that the Tinubu drug history wasn't dug out by the journalist you mentioned. I was the first person in 2007 through Sahara reporters who began investigating Bola Tinubu's drug history in Chicago. In fact, I bought the first document from an archive in Chicago, 2008, and published it to the world when he wanted to run for Senate in Lagos. Based on that investigation, he abandoned his Senate ambition. So there's nothing new about it. I'm the first to have brought out the documents. So it is also true, and I've said this to the journalists in private, that every fact stated about him regarding his drug history is accurate. They were selling drugs in Chicago and using the money to take care of themselves. And his wife was involved, this current senator. But the very only one, America was also selling drugs. Even at the head of state of Nigeria. His wife, Miriam, was also involved. Yes, they are hearing the facts from him. So, most of the politicians in the early 90s were drug bearers. And this is a fact as well. But that's the first time we had an inkling into the depths of this drug history of Tinubu. And apart from those senators, he also takes drugs. Why you see his left hand shaking all the time is because he's always injecting heroin through the left hand. I'm telling you, listen very carefully. And so the reason you see that we are not surprised is because we know the story. But you know in Nigeria, people don't follow you to fight anybody until it is politically expedient for them. There is no politician today of note that I have not personally investigated and published the scandal about. Almost no. Yes, including some of your favorite candidates. But we know as Nigerians, yes, you know, even as Nigerians, you understand, when you are involved with your presence, it is called destruction syndrome. No matter how much they abuse you, you will still be in love with them. Otherwise, the reason we got here is that our parents, our grandparents were complacent during the independence. So the bad leaders at that time were golden. Our parents were complacent in the 80s. That was why when we had someone like Awolowo who gave me free education, our parents opted for Shagari, who was a grade 2 teacher. Yes, in 2015, Nigeria voted for the guy who didn't have YA. When I presented myself in 2019, you guys voted for the guy without YA and voted against me with a master's degree in public administration from Columbia University in New York. So, as I'm blaming how did you get here, search your conscience too. How did you participate in getting us here? An opportunity here again has presented itself. I am promising Nigerian students an average of 100,000 naira per semester study grants. Go to my page on Facebook. The people who are saying it's impossible are university students. They are telling me that if you get $200, I mean, 100,000 naira is not even up to $200 anymore. They are saying that these students are paid 100,000 per semester as study grant. It will cost inflation. That's what some students economists on Facebook are saying. That Sowore, forget it. But the same country that cannot provide you with 100,000 naira education grant has accountant general stealing 450 billion naira. That's the country. So that's how we got here, because we didn't stand up for yourself. Of course, what is the big deal about situation that we cannot change? I got free education. And listen to this. In 1980, when I was admitted to a secondary school, that was what I would have. They gave us exercise books. They gave us pen, eraser, gave us so much things. My cousin, female, when she got from her seat, saw how big the razors were. She put palm oil on it and started eating it. That's why you eating the razor. She thought it's sliced yam. Most razors were that big at that time. And we are saying it is possible to invest in Nigerian students so that they are not suffering. Because in Denmark, students are paid $1,000 every semester to go to school in Denmark. Students are paid money in Norway to stay in school. But Nigerian students are being charged through their nose to go to school. I'm saying to you, don't have to suffer to go to school. Because when you go to school, the country is going to benefit from going to school.